Motherfucking Country Lunatic on the beat, bitch.
Swear to tell the whole truth to the kitchen light. Palm flat on the cup breadboard, pistol night. No choir, just the fridge motor humming like nerves. Oath tastes like copper, same flavor guilt serves. I set my phone face down so it can stop pretending. Set the gun on the table so the lies stop bending. My hands shake like receipts in a dirty ashtray. When every line item is a sin I paid for again. I woke to a sunrise stitched with tremors. Counted grout lines like they were minnows. White squares, gray veins, little maps I traced to places where I never quit, just misplaced grace. The sink still smells like winter, though it's the end of July. Cold sweat on the faucet, a fever learning to cry. There is fall in the trash that mirrors a guilty moon, and a spoon with a halo I won't talk about soon. I won't explain the chemistry, won't teach a single thing. I will just say the flame, learn my middle name in spring. There's an orange bottle choir on the counter by the salt. They sing me lullabies that end in my fault. Some labels are mine, some borrowed by despair. Pharmacy bag tied closed like a knot in prayer. I keep finding hospital bracelets in the silverware drawer. Band names spelled wrong the way people spell Poyar. Lights buzz, promises I couldn't afford. The nurse said breathe with me and I tried to record that feeling of being forgiven just for still being here. But the discharge papers crumbled into one more year. Mama once taped a note to the mirror that read stay. Now that tape frames a face trying not to run away. Dad left the belt in the smell and I learned the art of tightening what should have been loosened in the heart. I have stolen from myself more than from any store. Took hours, took birthdays, took the hinges off the door. Sold my last good winter for a summer that forgot. Traded church shoes for a pair that said why not. I can make a panic shuffle to the tempo of a clock. Spend 45 minutes wrestling with a lock, then forget what I lock. Because the craven learned to speak in a voice that tells me losing is the only way to feel unique. I keep waking up on the wrong side of withdrawals. Ragged prayers shaking loose from cheap drywall. The pharmacy bag knows my name by heart. Rings at the register when mine falls apart. If love is the antidote, it's laid to the vein. Rain on the roof, same color as shame. If I break again tonight under fluorescent blame, tell the world I tried to outrun my name. I learned math, counting pills like shooting stars, wishing on each milligram, collecting scars. The calendar hemorrhages, red circles and lies. Court days and paydays and custody goodbyes. Judge said citizen, ex said criminal, I said both. Paper said parent, wallet said oath. My boy had a birthday while I poured through change. Pawn tickets folded like birds that never rains. I bought balloons, I never blew in cake. I never cut, scrolled through a photo someone else put up. He was smiling by a fence I helped build years ago. Like the boards remembered, I used to show. His cheeks were summer ripe, his eyes held December. And I practiced saying son until my lips would remember. I can't rehearse the hearing where my truth lost breath. With a person I became, held hands with the person who left. I went home and counted seconds like a guard counts keys. Made deals with a ceiling fan that refused to appease. I told myself tomorrow with a shaking, ruined grin, like a thief tailing the house he will never break in. I know the clinics by the smell of morning coffee and clean paper cups, quiet lines. What if in between? I won't write addresses, won't draw a map through town. I will say I once heard mercy in the sound. Heard it when a stranger pressed a spray to my skin. In darkness, coughed my name back in. Heard it when a paramedic said easy, you're not done. And I wondered if angels wear work boots and run. I've tasted carpet while my ribs learn Morse code. Saw the room sail sideways on a black tide road. I've clawed at air like it hit a secret handle. Begged a useless lighter to pretend it was a candle. I've sworn to God with a breath like split pine, then used that same mouth to say maybe just one more time. I'm not romanticizing anything I survive. I'm counting the graves I didn't occupy when I tried. I keep waking up on the wrong side of withdrawals. Ragged prayers shaking loose from cheap drywall. The pharmacy bag knows my name by heart. Rings at the register when mine falls apart. If love is the antidote, it's laid to the vein. Rain on the roof, same color as shame. If I break again tonight under fluorescent blame. Tell the world I tried to outrun my name. There's a neighbor with coffee cans, gardens on the stoop. She leaves seed packets labeled hope for whoever loops. I stole a handful once, thought I was taken from her. She caught me and laughed, said baby that's what they're for. She told me plant them anywhere that remembers pain. Said a flower does algebra with dirt and brain. I took those seeds to the scar where the coffee table split, where I fell one winter and decided not to quit. Pushed soil into carpet, watered with remorse, watched nothing happen and called it a course. Days later a green comma rose like a soft rebuke. Punctuation for a sentence I swore would stay mute. I started sleeping with the curtains parted wide, let the sun audit bottles I used to hide. Started keeping toothbrushes that outlived a week. Kept notes on the fridge that didn't bleach and leak. Returned a socket, set, call about the job. Water the dump plant, take a walk around the block. Buy a glove that fits a hand that used to drop by. A ball that remembers would toss, meant never stop. I wrote meet me field 3 on Thursday on a napkin for the boy. Tucked it in a book I know he reads with joy. Then I died and left a message that used words like please, not as a beggar, but as someone learning needs. I told him I would be there, whether he answers or not, that a father can stand still and that can still mean a lot. I called the old number of a friend under a bridge. He answered with cough, then asked, are you at the ledge? I said yes, but the railing's warmer than before. He said, man, sometimes survival is just closing the door. Sometimes it is flushing what you swore you needed more than breath. Sometimes it is writing this and sending it instead of choosing death. We talked about the boredom that arrives when drama leaves, about the silence that tastes like water on cracked eaves. He said boredom is a meadow after endless war. Only a soldier calls peace a chore. We laughed without adding fire to the room. Then I looked at the gun like stale perfume. This is the gear shift where the flow goes ragged, where rhyme limps and truth drags baggage. I could dress this and clever, tuck it into schemes, but today I need ugly, not clean by dreams. I need to say I have shaken on kitchen tile, call myself by names that never learned to smile. I need to say I woke up floored, stranger's own, explain to the wall why I shouldn't be alone. I need to say I crawled toward a bathroom sink just to prove to a mirror that I still could drink. I need to say I lied to people who earn more, like the nurse who said see you next week at the door. I need to say I wanted a last time that was last more than I wanted a first time that echoed my past. I keep waking up on the wrong side of withdrawals, ragged prayers shaking loose from cheap drywall. The pharmacy bag knows my name by heart, rings at the register when mine falls apart. If love is the antidote, it's laid to the vein. Rain on the roof, same color as shame. If I break again tonight under fluorescent blame, tell the world I tried to outrun my name. The pistol looks smaller when the plant keeps growing, looks like a tool from a life that stops showing. I wrap it in a towel and lay it in a drawer, not as a secret but a thing I won't adore. I write a list that looks nothing like before, not what to buy or borrow or score. It says show up, breathe through the shake, sweep the porch, wash the plates. It says call coach about batting practice Thursday, apologize with actions, not cliches you heard say. It says pick up trash by the bleachers after the game, leave a space cleaner than the one you came. It says carry naloxone next to your keys, because mercy in a pocket ain't the same as disease. It says take the side streets when the main road begs, lay down pride like a backpack full of lead eggs. It says keep the number of the man under bridges, and the woman with seeds, and the clerk with ridges on his forehead from counting wrong change for your nerves. Forgive him the tone, forgive yourself what curves. I set the oath back down on the cutting board wood, feel my pulse as a hammer on a nail that could hold a frame that deserves a wall, hold a face that is done with the fall. I pour the last whiskey down the drain like a debt, watch Amber argue would steal then forget. The glass smells like the end of a road, I set it in the sink like a heavy coat. to the trash by the fence. The bag whispers like a sermon in present tense. The son walks in like an honest landlord, checks the corners I never could afford. My hands still shake, but not alone. They shake with a field I haven't yet known. I keep waking up on the wrong side of withdrawals, but the door is unlocked on the far side of these walls. The pharmacy bag still knows my name by heart, but today I hand it back and keep my parts. If love is the antidote, I'll be my own vein. Walk to the field in a drizzle that refuses shame. If I break again tonight under fluorescent blame, tell the world I stood and called my name. Kitchen light dimmer, switch to small dawn. Plant leaf trembles like a verdict drawn. I slide the pistol farther back, let dust come true. Open the window, let a straight line through. Somebody knocks like a heartbeat, learning new. I say, coming to a day that finally does. If anyone asks what